desperation. If I surmise her victory correctly, he will be even more desperate and very likely dangerous as well. My role could turn, as it so often does, to protector as much as investigator. So now I must find my way to this working horse ranch she is purported to own and manage with a certain flair for the unusual. I must say that such an outdoor and very physical lifestyle could contribute to the supple lines hinted at by the slim-fitting skirt she wears with a tucked-in blouse. Her lightly tanned arms, as well as the calves of her legs, are nicely shaped, so that would fit as well. Yet there is also a certain elegance about her light movements on black stiletto heels as she descends toward me, an elegance that could well suit a boardroom career. I should know, as I've breached that world in the line of my profession as well. A definite contradiction, so we shall see. She may, perhaps, be merely the owner with an entourage at her beck and call in the stables and paddocks, and a very well-fitted home gym where she spends her days in air-conditioned comfort, while others labor on her behalf. But I think not. And there now, she is close enough for me to bring into play my Sherlockian skills in order to catch her attention. If I have misjudged her, the proverbial goose, mine, may well be cooked.
Avery started in surprise as a solid black feline leapt lightly onto the step just below her feet. Her inclination to give a moment of attention to the striking creature was outweighed by the knowledge that Craig would soon be emerging from the courthouse behind her. A Craig wrapped in the fury of his defeat. With that knowledge pressing in on her, Avery sidestepped rather than stopping as she normally would have to let her fingers glide through the gleaming onyx fur. The cat surprised her yet again with a move that placed him firmly in her path. The movement was so precise, it seemed almost intentional. Despite her haste and the remnants of dread that gripped her still, Avery allowed herself to smile and stooped to stroke the animal. "What a beauty you are," she murmured, as the cat arched in appreciation against her caress. The expensive leather collar and sleek condition of the cat's coat told her plainly that this was someone's beloved pet. If that had not been the case, she would gladly have taken him home with her. Green eyes regarded her calmly, but the sound of voices, angry male voices, had Avery quickly straightening her back. The thud of heavy footsteps warned her it was too late to turn her back and exit gracefully. She would look cowardly if she did so now, and Avery was not a coward. Knowing how fiercely Craig hated cats, she ignored all precautions about handling unknown animals, particularly a breed known for its disdain and intolerance of clumsy humans. Without a second thought, she scooped the cat up in her arms. She had a quick vision of Craig booting the innocent creature out of his path, if for no other reason than having seen Avery pet the animal. Avery shifted to one side of the broad steps, giving plenty of room and silently willing Craig to take his venom elsewhere. Her ex came down the stairs, his attorney following close at his heels. Andrew Morgan appeared as irritated as Craig looked irate. Craig came to an abrupt halt just inches away, and Avery resigned herself to enduring one last ugly scene. Ugly was the best word she could give to anything to do with Craig these days. She marveled at the change the last 5 years had wrought in the man she'd once believed in and trusted completely. The handsome, energetic man at the height of a successful career had been replaced by this gaunt caricature of a person with poorly cut hair and ill-fitting clothes. She recognized the expensive gray suit. She'd selected it for him, as she once had all of his clothing, and at the time it had fit his muscular shoulders to a T. "You won't win," he snarled at her. Avery said nothing, knowing nothing she said would make any difference. Reminding him of the fact that she had won would do no good and serve only to fuel his resentment. Andrew Morgan, once his closest friend and advisor, and still his attorney, laid a hand on Craig's shoulder. "Don't do this, Craig. Let's get that coffee now." Craig ignored him, thrusting his face closer to Avery. She stood her ground, despite a tremor of alarm at the lack of control in his expression. She couldn't let him see that it affected her.